Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NeverOpenPodcast, the podcast open to everyone, especially Akira's knees. My name is Luke. I'm your host of the NeverOpenPodcast, and with me, as always, is Mr. Andy Salo, Mr. Guy.
Hello, Mr. Guy. Hello, Luke. And hello to both of Akira's knees. I mean, just one's hurt, but they're both welcome on the show.
Yeah. No one in that division likes either one of his knees anyway, so, you got to give them all the sympathy they can handle, because it's the best. The Super Juniors, it's fuck your leg season. It's here. But before we talk about nights 5 and night 6 of the best of the Super Juniors, there are ways people can contact and interact with us if they wish to. We're on the Tweety. I'm at Grumpy2EB. Mr. Guy is at Drucifer Tweets. Collectively, we are at NeverOpenPod. If you want to send us a written voicemail, you can do that too. NeverOpenPod at gmail.com. Also, if you have any of that Sasha Banks money, kick it our way. We have a Teespring store where you can buy merch that'll make you look never as fuck. And if you want to send me... Actually, no, I didn't blunder through this intro. I fucking nailed it. If you want to see me nail an intro for once, you can do that. We're on the YouTube. Search us out. Never Open Podcast. Hey, hello.
Hi.
I'm only saying hello if you're watching us. If you're listening to us...
Yeah, I mean, you didn't blunder through it until you mentioned blundering through it. And then you were like, oh, fuck. But, I mean, I love it either way. I think you're a professional. And you're not only a professional, but you're my professional. So that makes me happy.
And I can guarantee everybody that before we start, I have notes on every single match.
Good. Well, we would never start a show without making sure we had notes on every match. We would never do that.
No.
And that's never happened once. Certainly hasn't happened recently. So,
No.
But Luke, we're going to talk about night 5 and night 6 of the best of Super Juniors. Okay, we're not quite halfway through. We're getting close. How you feeling? How you liking the tournament? How you liking the schedule? Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. I've never been podcast.
I'm not finding the schedule as fucking grueling as last year. Mostly because we've already had at least 2 preview nights, which is kind of nice. Maybe it chilled me out too much. But so far, there's only been it's 2 shows, day off. 2 shows, day off. We haven't had to do all right, everyone, it's the Never Open Podcast. Strap in, everyone. There were 4 shows and no preview tags. Congratulations. It's going to be a fucking 40-match show. Holy shit. Today's a 20-match show, and it's not going to be so bad.
That's plenty, you know.
It's plenty, right? Yeah. We don't need 30. We don't need 40. I mean, So I found the schedule a little easy to bear this year. How about you? You have to wake up earlier than me, man.
Yeah, but 5:30 ain't bad. It's when we get those 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning shows. I mean, you know,
close to the weekend. Night
5 fucked me up because it was at 5 a.m. and I decided to imbibe the night before, and it wasn't happening. But on night 6, I watched it live, and we had a fucking blast watching that. So, Luke, this first show is at Hachiyoshi. And we're back with no preview tags. Take the win. Walker and Chris are back together again on commentary. And we learn right at the beginning of the show that the main event of Dominion will now be the finals of the best of the Super Juniors. What do you think of that,
Luke? It makes me feel like someone like Hiromu or Despi's definitely winning now. And I wish they hadn't have done that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the second biggest New Japan show of the year, Dominion, after Wrestle Kingdom. They're going to put all their biggest stars on it because they want you all to fucking subscribe and watch it, which makes me feel like it's not going to be some kind of mid-card or upper mid-card guy. They're looking elevated. It's probably going to be already a junior top guy now. And I mean, I like that the juniors are going to main event Dominion. I think that's fucking amazing. Yes, please. More of that. But, yeah.
Do you think... I mean, I don't want to speculate. That's not really our thing. But just for fun, what do you think of Kushida's chances getting to the finals, man?
Well, I think he's getting that sweet fucking yo booking right now.
That's pretty great.
See, like, you can't, you couldn't put, like, there could have been a chance, right, if Yo wasn't injured, that he could have been the Taguchi spot, like Dragon Dia is right now. Like, imagine if Yo wasn't injured, you wouldn't have to replace, and Taguchi, you wouldn't have had to replace two dudes. You only would have had to replace one.
Yeah, I don't think that's. I think Yo would still be getting the push. I mean, he just had the title shot. Even though he was injured in that match, you guaranteed either he was going to win the title or Show was going to screw him big time. So I mean, that is unresolved.
But what I mean is, Kushida's got the benefit of having replaced Yo,
right?
Who probably would have gone far this Best of Super Juniors. Imagine if he replaced Taguchi.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as good, would it? No offense to Taguchi, but he's winding it down, right? And we're seeing Kushida just, I don't know, almost steal the show every night.
He's great, man. Well, we also learned at the beginning of this that before the show started, Hiromu had come out and hyped the show up and everything. And instead of coming out and congratulating him from being from this town, Sho, the champion, came out and beat up Hiromu and handcuffed him. And we'll see what else he did to him later in the show.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, Mr. Guy, I'll do A block tonight and I'll do B block the second night. How do you feel about that? All right, let's do it then.
I do.
That way we both get to talk about everyone at least once. Let's do it. Oh, by the way, when Hiromu did his little thing, hyping the show up, and saying hello to the mayor, and it's like, hey, it's my hometown. Yeah, Show beats him up. So
thanks for repeating that. I appreciate it.
I just needed to repeat that because it's Show, and he's also stealing the show for me in a way. I fucking love what he's doing.
We didn't even see it, and you love it. Yeah,
that's it. All right, so we start off with our first A block match. It's Kosei Fujita on 2 points versus Clark Connors on 4. We got Fujita firing with chops early, and then Clark, this is what he loves to do early on, just likes finding new ways to just dump people outside of the ring, which is what he does. And Fujita, he hits his head on the apron on the way down. Clark sends him into the ring post. Then he uses a fan's shirt to choke Vegeta out. So I'm hoping it's like a Bullet Club shirt, and that fan's never going to wash that shirt ever. Hopefully he got some sweat on it for him.
Definitely.
Yeah. Clark takes Vegeta bowling, and then Clark sends a young lion bowling into Vegeta. So that's like
Sho Makato every time. It's Sho Makato every single time.
Oh, every time. By the way, when Clark threw Vegeta, it wasn't a strike. There was still some fucking chairs standing and stuff. So you get 2 shots when you're bowling, right?
You pick up the spare, right?
That's right. You got to pick up the spare. Thanks, Sho for doing that. Vegeta, he makes it in at 19 though, but he eats like a Clark elbow drop and a gore. He's a wild rhino. I'm calling them gores from now on. Everyone else does spears.
Okay, so Walker's calling them gores.
Gores as well, yeah.
But that's Dan Maloney's thing. He's the one, which also doesn't make any sense. Remember when Dan Maloney first came in, they're like, famous British wrestler Rhino has given the gore to other British wrestler, Dan Maloney. And it
you never seen do spears anymore. You know why?
Shoulder.
His shoulder's fucked. Also, hey, we got a gene blast already.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, Connors is doing them right and left. They're juniors.
Oh yeah. It's fine. There's only one part of this match I don't like. And I don't like it when someone's got a 3 and then they're like, I'm going to pull you up now.
Big mistake.
Yeah, that's one of my pet peeves. I just don't like that. So then he eats a fucking Ron Miller special from Vegeta. Good. There's a fucking no chaser attempt, not German bridge by Vegeta for 2. All right. Vegeta, you are a prick, aren't you? Back chop to the back.
Yeah, that's against the law.
That's against the law, exactly. Back chops, fucking gnarly, man. Ouch. But just to make up for it, there's a pounce, period, by Clark Connors. Then a gore. Vegeta puts on this gnarly submission though, right? and this finish fucking rules. He puts this gnarly submission on, and he's like, "Hey, don't forget, everyone. Like, I'm in Team DK. I got Zack Sabre Jr. and fucking Robbie Eagles on my side. Except, I'll come out to Robbie's matches, but Robbie won't come out to mine.
Right, and Big Teats too. Don't forget Big Teats.
Don't forget Big Teats, because Big Teats is definitely teaching Vegeta some submissions here. But so Clark's kind of kneeling, and Vegeta's got his chin kind of bending it back, and his back's at an awkward angle, but he's moving forward on his knees, and Clark's almost got the arms. So he does a Zack Sabre Jr. He switches it up, grabs the arms like this, and just fucking twists Clark Connors up. It is awesome. He doesn't let go. And guess what? Clark Connors taps the fuck out. Oh, shit. Which gives us more credence to like what we were saying earlier. We've said this earlier in the tournament, haven't we? Vegeta and Robbie versus War Dogs. If they're not doing that, can they do that now? I'd like to see that, please.
That's my problem with this match, Luke, is the match is tremendous. It's a great match, which, by the way, the Ron Miller special was from Clark Connors onto Fujita.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because my note next was like, no chaser? Wait. Oh, yeah. Thank you for clarifying that for me. Yes.
But my problem with this match is at the beginning, Chris Charlton's like, oh, Robbie Eagles has already beaten Dan Maloney. I wonder what's going to happen here. And I'm just like, motherfucker.
Oh, no. I didn't hear that.
So, it's the first thing he says at the beginning of the match. And I'm like, dude, fuck you, man. So that pissed me off because I was like, oh, okay. So I guess Fujita's winning. Now, the match is tremendous. Connors can't believe it that he's lost to him.
It's tapped out no less, right?
What a great, Fujita tried to do a springboard thingy off the ropes, and Connor spears him out of the air. There was all kinds of awesome shit like that, and doing back chops against the law, as you said.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I had you saying that's against the law on my mind when I saw the back chop. I was like,
wrestlers don't like moves they can't see coming, right? So back chops are kind of like one of those things where it's like, don't do that. You're going to get them right back. But I'm sure many wrestlers are cool with it, but it's one of those things that I've heard many times guys go, I'm not cool with that. So
that's a dick move. Yeah.
It's pretty funny. But in fact, I see a lot of trainers done in my many days watching wrestling. I've seen many trainers get in the ring in a battle royal and just start fucking back chopping at all their students. And it's like, you assholes. So anyway, seen it many times. But Fujita has now 4 points and Connors is on 4 as well. So we'll move on to B block. It's Dragon Dia versus Dan Baloney. And Dan Baloney is like, are you kidding me? I'm going to wrestle this guy? Think I got it, and he does. So he throws Dragon all over the place, but we get some of those crazy like lucha spin things from Dragon, which we haven't seen a ton of in New Japan, honestly. That it's a Rana, but then it just keeps going and going, so they're doing that kind of stuff, which is fun. He tries a dive though, but gets caught by Dan Baloney, but Dragon counters the Drilla Killa on the floor with an arm drag. Not quite as like Drilla Killa up here on the floor, arm drag down here, but at least he got out of it, right? Yeah. So they have a little chop battle, then Dragon gets the 619 after Connors foils his first attempt. Acai moonsault from Little Dragon. Tremendous Rana from Dragon. The OG style pinning Hurricane Rana, like the original one. The one that you'd see, Eddie and fucking Rey Mysterio do, where it's like, whoop, and they just all of a sudden are landing on, one dude's landing on their head getting pinned. They did that. That's such a cool move. I mark out for it every time. But but after that, it doesn't matter how cool that move is because Drilla Killa is cooler. And Maloney wins in a short match, not a bad one. Both these guys are on 4-2.
That's right. Actually, that's not true. Drilla's on 4 and Dragon Dia hasn't scored. Yeah. So there is that because he's got the Taguchi booking. But I did like this because all Drilla needs is to catch him once. Power bomb. Picks him up. Drilla Killa. It's over.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Besides, I feel like splitting it up like this, one of us will have to cover a Hayata match eventually. And looks like I've got... You like him?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you do because I find him fucking
So
boring.
Dragon Dia has no points. Is that right?
Yeah, it's true.
Huh. Okay. Huh. Where'd I come
I'm
up with
like,
that for? I don't know where I came up with that.
I'm super mega on top of shit this year because
Okay.
like I know ever since we've had like 2 tournaments in a row where we fucked up by like forgetting the scores all the time. I've progressively gotten better at like keeping
Well,
up to date with it.
my problem is I don't want to look at the stupid articles because then if you look at the articles, they'll be like, "Oh, here's who they're facing
Nah.
next," and then and I'm like, I don't want any of that. Don't want it. I don't want the. I love the little chart thing that looks like a
I just got
bingo
the
card.
Wikipedia page, but
Well,
yeah, I like the bingo card thing
the
too.
bingo card's cool. I'm not looking at it not till the end of the tournament.
The only problem is like I like to write down the scores, and when I do, sometimes I write their names down before the match. Like, all right, what am I doing now? All right. Hayata 2, and Kanemaru, I think he's 2. And then I'm like, then I look at it sometimes, and I'm like, oh, yeah, all right, this guy's gonna win this, and that's happened to me a couple times.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't know. So I think there's only once or twice. I don't even remember the matches very much, but well, I do remember the matches. But
We should start doing
there's a bit of that.
bracketology episodes after the tournament.
This is the thing, like that happens. See, the more I'm on top of things, dear listeners, the more I can kind of piece things together sometimes, and I don't want to do that. I like to be kept on my tiptoes. So there's a bit of that. Anyway, I'm stalling because I have to talk about a Hayata match. But Kanemaru Gambit, that's fucking nice.
Textbook.
Damn straight. It's like, yeah, total textbook.
It was like Hayata wasn't even like in the ring yet, right?
No, that's right. And I think that Kanemaru hates that Hayata just followed him from Noah or something, and that Hayata has legs. Because Kanemaru really mustn't respect this guy because he puts him in a half brab. And if you've seen like non-juniors put each other in brabs, you know there's a bit of disrespect going. So yeah, plus Kanemaru's a son of a bitch, motherfucker, so he's just gonna do it anyway, isn't he? I have to admit, like, I'm not as interested in this match whenever Hayata is in control. I want to see Kanemaru just kill this dude. I just don't like.
Hater.
I don't get where this dude's coming from. Whereas like Ninja Mac, I think I know what I'm going to get. I can get a serious match out of him, or I could get like absolute comedy fucking gold out of him, or a mix, which just makes him like a guy I really look forward to watching. Whereas, it's Hayata. Oh, shit, I don't even need to pee. God damn it. Maybe I'll just go and see if I can.
You're a hiater.
That's right. All right. There's a figure 4 and Kanemaru. So there's a figure 4 at the 5-minute mark, which makes me kind of hoping. But no, Hayata makes the ropes and Kanemaru needs the ref to break the hold, which is nice. It's a simple figure for 4, but he's like, hey, I'm going to milk this all I can.
That's fucking Kanemaru's finisher, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I did like Hayata drop kicking like that deep impact attempt though. That was nice. Kanemaru shoves the ref into Hayata, and then Hayata outwits Kanemaru by he missed the whiskey and the low blow attempts, and he hits a move, and he gets the 4 points, and Kanemaru on 2. Boo.
Shayani Impact. I thought that match was fun. It was really quick. I mean, what's the big deal, Luke? It wasn't like a long match. I mean, damn.
I don't have to like everyone, Mr. Guy.
You have to like every single person.
Hayata wins too much.
Oh my god. He won like one match or something. 2 matches. Well, next, Luke, we're back in B block, and someone that you have to like, and this crowd fucking likes, is Doki, who is facing Ninja Mac. All right, now listen. Commentary tells us all about how Ninja Mac is from a carny from the circus, which made me laugh. So they're like, he trained in the circus, and all I hear is he's a fucking carny. It's made me laugh really hard. So these two are apparently buddies from way back in the Texas territory, and they've wrestled each other and or rode the roads to whatever. They rode the roads together and stuff like that. And so that's pretty cool. And because of that, they respect each other before the match. We get a little handshake, little Doki handshake. What I wouldn't give to shake Doki's hand.
Oh,
You
man,
know,
you just did a life of Brian there. What I wouldn't give to be spat in the face. But that's the equivalent. What I wouldn't give to be
I mean, it's
the handshake
it's a
Doki.
little different, but I mean, it is the hand that he does this one with, which means "fuck you" in Mexican. So anyway,
You mean
Doki.
Spanish?
No, it's Mexican. That doesn't
Oh.
mean that in Spain. So anyway,
Oh.
Doki gets a huge crowd chant for respecting a rope break at the beginning. Like just massive crowd chant just because he respected the rope break. Doki's like, okay, Doki. And like, yes, this crowd is fucking awesome, man. So we get like some wrist lock escapes, and they're the flippiest of the flippy wrist lock escapes.
This match is so good.
They decided they're just going to do like a lucha match. It's great.
Yeah.
So they both do simultaneous cartwheels to get out of shit, and they're like doing that while they're holding hands and stuff like that. It's nuts. So all of the flippy flops, all of the cartwheeling out of stuff and all that. And that is to the delight of me and the crowd. So we get monos together as they start a karate fight, which leads to some 2 counts for Doki. A pop-up gut shot from Ninja Mac. He does a backslash in the corner. And I don't know what that means, but he did it in the corner, and he flips to the floor. All right.
Oh, the cross slash.
There you go. So upside down kangaroo kick in the corner, and Ninja Mac keeps yelling, "Doki, give up!" Fuck you, Ninja Mac. I used to like you. I liked you at first. Now you can.
Now you're trying to steal Marty Asami shit. Like,
give up. Get out of here. He's yelling at Doki the whole match. Quit yelling at Doki. Yell at yourself. You got a problem with Doki.
Mirror, Ninja Mac.
You got a problem with yourself. That's all I'm saying. So Ninja Mac hits Doki with his own uppercut karate chop thing, which was fucking disgusting. And then he chops him to the to like break up the daybreak, right? Fucking bullshit. So flippy shit leads to Doki Choki. He does a handstand in the hold for a pin. Ninja Mac does, which is cool to get out of it. And
also good. We
get the Ninja Special, and I'm only assuming that Milano Collection AT lost his fucking mind. So I couldn't hear it, but I was assuming. So Liger Bomb from Ninja Mac. It looks fantastic. And then he goes for the Phoenix 630, but no, Doki dodges, and Ninja Mac hits a super rare. Whatever that means. Super Rana, I think is what it's supposed to say. But Doki rolls through for a 2-count pin. Doki Choki out of nowhere, and Ninja Mac is out cold, and Kenta Sato's like, I like Ninja Mac. I don't want him to die. Okay. Don't kill him, Doki. Please, Doki, don't hurt him, And Doki's on 4, and Ninja Mac is also on 4?
That is correct.
Okay.
Both men are on 4 points. I thought this match was fucking awesome. Like, it managed to be, like, gnarly, super flippy, and funny. Like, they have a karate battle. Like they do the... like ready, and then they just start doing moves like that. It was just, it was like that nice little mix of let's have a bit of fun, let's have a bit of fun, and also let's kill each other. Cool. That's what I got. This match fucking delivered, man. I loved it.
It was really good. Did it measure up though to the next match, which is the Battle of the fucking Losers, Luke?
Yeah, it's a battle of the duds here. It is Bushi on 0 versus TJP, also on 0, and his missus thinks he's a little bitch right now. So he showed me that fucking tweetie, I think, and I had a good laugh this morning when you showed me that. But we'll talk about that more later. I like this match too. Both men, they just go hard and fast. They need a win. They need to win. And there's a really cool spot here that I don't see too much, where like I don't see this the way I don't see a ref get taken out this way that often, but it does happen sometimes. But I like it. So there's like TJP going for a tornado DDT, and as he's moving up with his legs, he knocks Kenta Sato, and he's like, he's fucked. He's exhausted. He had to do Ninja Mac and Doki. He could barely look at it. It's like, what the fuck? Barely keeping it together as it is. So now he's out, and and then there's like this really fun spot where TJP is just like, oh, the ref's out. Fuck, I really need a win. Bushi's a prick. No one's gonna mind. Missed attempt, but he misses. Bushi does not miss. Bushi roll 1, 2, 3. Bushi on 2 points. TJP on 0. It was less than 5 minutes. I don't know. Like, there's something to be like. They always make these quick matches really fucking amazing. Like, just there's something nice about it. It's like what you want when you have to cover 20 matches, isn't it? You want a couple of them to be nice and short, and you want the wrestlers to have have at least 1 or 2 short matches on tour as well, because like it's a lot of wrestling they have to do. So yeah, I like this match a lot. The whole night's fucking awesome. It's my favorite night.
This is so far the best night of the tournament. Bushi's on 2 now, right?
Yeah.
So he finally gets some points, and TJP, the loser with the black flag, is on 0. And I just want to let you know, I don't know if you knew about this. This is one of those cool like backstage things. Is that like it's well known among wrestling circles, which I'm in, of course, that referees' faces are very springy. So like if you can get your foot on there, like you're gonna like really like it's almost like a trampoline. So TJP saw Cantasasso's face sitting there, and he's like, well, fuck. And man, he went launching off his face. So, watch for that in the future. Ask your wrestler buddies. They know all about that. So,
yeah, I'd say like House of Torture should do that, but like that's kind of like a cool move.
Yeah, it's too cool.
And yeah, it's too cool.
And it was, and honestly, it was incidental.
Yeah,
Kenta Sato was there. I mean, it's just TJP was lucky that he bounced off his face. If he bounced off his shoulder, it wouldn't have been nearly as springy. Couldn't have got the like elevation. But he still lost anyway. Who cares?
I feel very happy for you because you get to cover the next match, which is
well, and plus I don't get to talk about backstage stuff too often, so that was fun. Anyway, so reps faces. Anyway, all right. Next, Luke, we have a B block match, which is Kushida versus Robbie Eagles, and this is tremendous. All right. So these guys start with all of the great mat wrestling that you're like, I might have seen something like this, but probably not. I don't know. I mean, what? And it's like, when you think about wrestling, when 2 guys are standing up looking at each other, they have a lot of like, visual cues they can use, right? Sometimes it's the eyes. Sometimes they literally just go, come here, like that kind of thing, right? So they know how to talk to each other without talking when they're standing up. When they're in a clutch on the mat, it's a feel thing, right? They're not looking at each other. It's a matter of, oh, his arms push this way, I'm going to go that way. You know what I mean? And that is what happens at the beginning of this match in incredible fashion that is hard to describe. So then these guys get up and they're like, we're going to run the ropes. And Kushida gets a surfboard. Robbie hits a chop block to begin the fuck your leg portion of the match, right? Because this match is fuck your leg versus fuck your arm, but it's not one we've seen very often. And if this match has happened, I don't remember it. I'm sure it has, but I don't remember it. And
if it has, I don't think it would have been like Kushida, that like, right. I mean like one that's kind of getting pushed and firing on all cylinders.
He doesn't have a disease, disease in his hand, his foot, or his mouth. So I mean,
this feels like the biggest stakes match these 2 have had together, maybe. Yeah.
So Robbie is like laying there on the mat, and fucking Kushida gets a fucking penalty kick for 2 points. It's good. He destroys Robbie's arm, right? And then Robbie's like, fuck your leg. So he starts destroying Kushida's leg. And Robbie's kind of a dick in this match, but like the crowd loves him anyway, right? Because, I mean, what's not to love, but Kushida crumples when he's sitting into the corner. And that is a overused spot, but it's okay. You know what I mean? It's like, I know it's a little overused in this tournament so far. However, it really is effective. He shoots a guy in the corner and he can't run, right? He's selling so hard. And Kushida, maybe that's something we haven't talked about much, is that Kushida is he's tremendous at selling, and he brings that to every match. And here it is. So Kushida and they fight on the top rope, him and Robbie gets pushed off only to hit his like handstand kick, right? Or no, Kushida gets pushed off, and then he runs in the corner and hits the handstand kick on Robbie, right? But Fujita's out there for support. Hey, there he is. Hey, But we see him after Kushida hits a running kick off the apron that starts his fuck your arm offense. Cartwheel drop kick, but Robbie catches his leg. Oh, man, that's so good. So Kushida gets some wild pin to counter and continues his assault on Robbie's arm. Robbie punches Kushida in the face. It's pretty funny. But Kushida jumps on him, and he's like doing the Zack Sabre Jr. thing where he's like crawling around on the guy, you know? And so he's trying for the hoverboard lock. Robbie spins out of that, hits his kick combos, and then Back to the Future from Kushida for a double down. Big time rolling pins and all kinds of stuff. And then another punt of the arm from Kushida. He jumps at Robbie, who turns around and lands the turbo backpack. So Kushida was trying that same like jumping hoverboard lock thing, and Robbie just turned around and fucking did the man. That was so cool.
That was fucking amazing, right?
He had tried it earlier in the match. It was another one of those callback things. What a fucking dope ass spot. So the Aussie running kick thing, and Robbie gets the pin. Kushida's first loss of the tournament. Robbie's on 4. Kushida's on 6. I was surprised to see Robbie get a win with that kick, but that is the Aussie running kick. That's what that is. You know,
that is
really cool to see.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, the start of this match and parts of this match almost had some of the same vibes to me as the Ishimori match did, but for some reason, I wasn't gelling with that as much as I kind of gelled with this. I also feel like maybe this match, they put a bit of extra stank on a lot of their moves, just to fucking an extra little twist here and there, just to twist each other up and just to make it look just extra effective. This is just two absolute pros. Just, you're right. They just do this by feel and just, man, I thought this was amazing.
Tremendous match.
Yeah, you know. Absolutely fucking fantastic. The next, excuse me, I think that's my match of the night, by the way. But I like all the other matches as well. So, but like that one right there. Now, all right, next we got Blake Christian on 6 points versus Titan. Oh my god, and he's here. He is. It's Marty Asami.
Yeah,
he's reffing this as well. Oh my god, this match is great. And the more I watch Blake Christian, I'm seeing not just like the broad kind of stuff does it. He broad things he does, but the little things as well. Just the little heel things, just to get people pissed off, even if it's just making someone clap, or I don't know. He's just got so many little things that he does, and he's just a pretty psychological douche. He's like always got that personality switched on somehow. And he's always using it. He's just fascinating to watch. And I get to watch him do it on a guy I love to boo. It's just motherfucking Titan. So this is Blake using like any and every advantage just to shut Titan down and just get some arm fuckery up on him. And it's hard too, because by the time Blake's shut him down, Titan's already hit him with like 3 or 4 kicks, a fucking flip, DDT, like all this kind of stuff. So Titan, he fires up, but Blake always seems to always have him scouted. This is a thing that he's also doing in all these other matches too. I think, like, I really feel like he's a guy who's at the back watching all of it or something. I don't know, man. He seems to have things scouted in a way that the others don't seem to, and he pulls out interesting moves and stuff. I love to hate him. I also love him, and I love him even more when this super douchebag who's got like the worst hair, mustache, face, and gear, suddenly it turns into the most amazing face, mustache, hair, and gear I've ever seen, and he becomes the biggest face I've ever witnessed, because Springboard 450 and Titan gets pinned. He gets defeated for the first time. Titan on 6 and Blake Christian on 8. I don't know if Blake's going to win too many more matches, but he got to win 4 in a row, 8. That's pretty fucking good. Like, he's been put over pretty fucking hard too, and he got to do both of us a solid and just beat the shit out of Titan.
Yeah, who will beat him? We'll soon find out. But I really like this match a lot. I really enjoyed the fact that Teton started to get fired up at the end. He went for the botch lariat in the corner, and that's when like Blake Christian hit this like running knee that was so perfectly timed and got the win with the 450. I really enjoyed that. I like watching Teton lose, and I like watching Blake Christian wrestle in New Japan because I mean he is just
Can he stay?
He is the Mike Bailey of this year. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's funny because Mike Bailey was the heel in like several matches last year, but he's just so stunning as a wrestler. It's hard to boo him
You
or
see his
whatever.
face and that smile, and you're
Right.
just like, I can't boo this man.
Yeah, I think he was intended to be a heel throughout the tournament, but it just didn't quite.
No.
It wasn't the case always. But
Blake Christian, no, what a piece of garbage.
guy's amazing. So
yeah.
well, next week we have a B block match. It's Akira versus Ishimori.
Oh my God.
All right, fuck your arm versus I am gonna on fire you guy. So these two run the ropes, and it is a thing of beauty. Ishimori uses the ring post to attack Akira's arm. He distracts Marty Asami and hits Akira in the damn head with a chair, and then in the back. And it's fuck your arm business as usual for Ishimori. He tries the sliding German, but gets hit with a cutter from Akira. No one will let Ishimori do the sliding German anymore.
No.
Like he's tried to do it 50 times, and everyone's like, nope, fuck you. So it's really
Which is such a shame because that's like it's a German and automatically one of my favorite moves. So
like Akira hits a straight jacket neck breaker like over his knee and then hits a dive top rope crossbody for 2. Speed fires countered by Ishimori, who hits a homie arm whip. Fucking right. Handspring flips from Ishimori for a double down. Always like handspring kick thingy. And this time I missed it. Ishimori sends Akira into the exposed turnbuckle and hits the shoulder breaker. I didn't see it, man. I was like, wow. So he's like going for the spinning boner lock, but it's blocked, and they get into a big strike battle. There is a terrifying Spanish fly from Akira, and I believe we're told that this is some special. It's the Italian fly or some shit like that.
Right.
It's terrifying. All right, it's too close to the ropes, and they don't like rotate all the way half the time, and it's like someone's gonna die, which is my favorite kind of wrestling move. Is the one where it's like someone's gonna die. It's perfectly safe, but someone's gonna die. So Fireball Knees is countered into a spinning boner lock, and Marty asks the question to Akira frantically. Give up! And Akira breaks that by turning it into a pin. We get a wild jumping victory roll looking pin thing from Akira. Bloody Cross is countered by a roll up. Nasty rope run DDT from Akira, and he hits a Fireball Knees. He beats Ishimori. That match was incredible.
It's
this
insane.
night is bonkers good. Akira's on 4 points. Ishimori on 6.
That's right. It's Ishimori's first loss as well. And what a fucking awesome win by Akira. Dude, some of his offense is just insane. And this, man, like Akira's he's gone pretty full ball on all his matches, and maybe it's caught up with him a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that running knee, he just kneed Ishimori in the fucking dome a little too hard. We'll see. Could be.
Yeah. By the way, I also, just to keep up the tally here, I also did not see Ishimori remove the corner thing because, and I was chatting with Ian and Jay at the time, and they were both there to witness me, sort of, in a way, not see.
Witness you, not witness.
Witnessing. Yeah.
Double negative witnessing.
Yeah. One of them said, the turnbuckle pad's off, and I'd just been typing, and I was like,
if I look like I'm sad, does it look kind of like Big Show?
Oh, God. So you're going to turn face and heel 50 times in the rest of this podcast. All right. So
every time I speak.
Tonal whiplash coming through everybody's ears right now. All right. It is A block. It is Kevin Knight on 4 points versus El Desperado, also on 4 points. There's an early numero dos attempt, and I like how Knight here. He flips out of like this leg hold that Despy tries to do. There's lots of fuck your leg by Despy. And and I feel like for Despy that Kevin Knight is like just one of these guys. He just doesn't sweat. Well, he's got him in a leg submission. He's like, just doing it like some kind of tranquilo pose. Total disrespect on Mr. Knight. Oh my goodness, what a prick. And I like Knight's selling in this a lot. He hits a plancha, he sells the leg. He does, and he also does this late in the match, right? I think Ian and I were going nuts for it. I don't know what to call it. It happened pretty quick. Maybe he did it on accident and it just looked like this. It was supposed to be a drop kick, but it looked like it was supposed to be a drop kick, but turned into like a stomp on the chest or something like that. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? I want to see that again. He didn't do it the next night, Kevin Knight. So, what a heel.
I thought so. To me, it was like some kind of like standing Rana, like crazy stomp. Like that's kind of how it all happened.
Yeah.
Very strange move. It was fucking cool.
It was really fucking cool. And it must have taken El Desperado by surprise as well. Took everyone by surprise. It was fucking insane because Spike DDT and what happens? Hell yeah. Kevin Knight gets a huge win. Kevin Knight on 6 points. El Desperado on 4. That was a pretty damn good match.
Beating Desperado, a big deal too.
Huge. Yeah,
so,
that's a big win.
It is. And
Akira and Kevin Knight both got really, really fucking good wins on top guys.
That's true.
Tonight.
That's true. And that match was tremendous.
Yeah.
And like Kevin Knight did that thing. I mean, he just does this. He floats. Yeah. Like, how does he come down slower than he comes up? How? I don't understand. Like, only Air Fox and like a couple other guys can do that, but Kevin Knight's able to do it, and it is bonkers. So I'm really happy that I'm here to see it.
Mr. Knight has photos of Gravity doing some nasty shit.
he's that's great. Okay. So the main evento, Luke, holy shit. This is incredible.
I fucking love it.
So the night has been filled with like high octane, like juniors wrestling, of all kinds. We've seen every move that under the sun. Now let's see some fucking bullshit shenanigans, right? So the main event is Hiromu versus Sho. Now, like Sho comes out to Hiromu's music and he's holding Hiromu's portrait, like Hiromu's dead. Now Hiromu has been bringing this portrait out every night, but it would have been much funnier if he hadn't, and Hiromu brought that out, or Sho brought that out, like, in fact, this was like, let's do the 10-bell salute for but maybe that's too far. So, anyway, so Sho gives a statement to Abe from Hiromu. Like, this is in his hand for sure. And he knows so what it is that Hiromu knew he was going to lose, and he didn't want to disrespect this hometown crowd, right? So he decided to forfeit. And Sho says that he was really looking forward to this main event and starts a Hiromu chant, And it is truly a shame that we won't get to see this match tonight, right? So Sho is going to send everybody home happy by yelling Hiromu's catchphrase. So he's like, Moto! Moto! And the crowd is like, meh. They don't even do they boo, but they also do the meh. It's not even a boo. It's like, I don't like that. My grandma used to make that noise when you'd sneeze. For some reason, if you sneeze, she'd go, ah, like that. So this whole crowd was making my grandma noise for some reason. It's so funny. So anyway, Red Shoes is forced to raise Sho's arm. But then Hiromu appears. Oh, man. I thought that was going to be way better, but okay. So here we go. Hiromu appears. He's going to wrestle, but he attacks, and Red Shoes rings the bell. Now, Luke, would you describe Hiromu for us?
All right. So Hiromu, he's handcuffed. He's wearing a white baggy t-shirt, and there's all this kind of shit on his face. Like they've drawn an eye patch on one of his eyes.
It's like when your friend passes out early at the party, right? And you draw a penis on his forehead or something.
Yeah.
And there's some reveals with this too, because the shirt has all kinds of bullshit on it, right? And eventually the shirt comes off, and then what do we see on Hiromu's back, Luke?
It's like a giant. It doesn't take up a small part of it. His entire back has a picture on it of a steaming pile of shit. I can only imagine. Yeah. Oh my god.
Imagining those guys backstage going, "Let's put shit on your back. What about an eye patch like a pirate on my face?" You know,
Roman's like, "I'll do the eye patch. You do the shit on my back."
Yeah, that's right. And Kanemaru's there helping. You know, I mean, that'd be so great.
He's
So,
there supervising as he drinks. Like,
yeah, you know, I bet Marty helped a little too. You know, so they tested the marker out on Marty's shirt to make sure. Anyway, they drew all over him. It's so funny. So he loads up for the apron bomb or the apron dropkick, excuse me. But Sho throws Shomakato in the way, and he is now dead because he takes the apron dropkick, which is so funny. So Sho takes Hiromu on a guided tour of this arena, and Hiromu is the maggot of Hachiochi. Apparently, that's what it says on his shirt. So Sho hits him with a chair right in front of Red Shoes, which is like, oh. But Hiromu runs all over the place to avoid Sho, which is shades of Kamatachi, as they say. But anyway, the Young Lions are desperately looking for some way to help Hiromu with the handcuffs. And we get several comedy spots where the Young Lions will run out empty-handed and go, and then run back to the back to look for keys again. That shit is really funny.
That's like the fucking ongoing joke of this whole match.
Yes.
One Young Lion goes at the back to get the keys, he can't find it. So the other fucking one goes to follow him, but they both can't find it. Now one of the refs is going back there to help him find the fucking keys.
So while that's all going on, Sho grabs Hiromu in the middle of the ring. So, oh man, that's really fun. And then Sho gets hit by Hiromu with the handcuffs on, and then he complains to Red Shoes that he's using handcuffs as a weapon. So, and Red Shoes just is like, you know what? I'm going in the corner, and I don't see anything. And so that gets a huge pop from the crowd. We get a Rana from Hiromu, and Hiromu's wrestling with handcuffs on, you know, so that's super dangerous. So Kenta Sato comes out. He has the key, but Sho gets in his way. That distracts him, so Hiromu hits the running dropkick, and Kenta Sato undoes the handcuff. Hiromu's finally free. He's fucking pissed, and he goes after Sho. He runs through his offense, putting extra stank on everything. This is when Hiromu takes his shirt off, to, like yeah! And we see the giant pile of shit.
He turns around, and the crowd's laughing, and I'm like, is that a giant pile of shit on his back? It sure is.
Oh, man. So this is a House of Torture match. So Yujiro interferes, but Sho tries a pin, and Red Shoes ignores him. He's like, nope, I don't think so. Spanner, but Hiromu does the Eddie Guerrero fake out, and I love Hiromu's That's what he does. He does that also when Naito fucks with him. Like Naito pushed him off the skateboard last week, you know, and he's like, you know, I love Hiromu's whine. It's pretty funny. So that was great. So low blow and chump bump in that order. A House of Torture attack, cross-arm pile driver from Sho for 2. Shako or arrow is countered, and that counter is in fact also countered. The D from Hiromu, and Sho bites Hiromu right in the D. Oh my God. Huge pop for that. That was so funny. And like Sho spitting and everything, like, it's so great. So we get another D, and Sho gets power bomb, but Hiromu won't let go. Or Sho gets a power bomb, but Hiromu won't let go. He does get out of it. Big lariat from Hiromu. He tries the DVD in the corner, but Yujiro distracts. Hiromu blocks a low blow, hits one of his own. DVD into Yujiro. Another lariat and a time bomb, but Yujiro pulls the ref, which is tremendous timing. So then Bushi appears, and he takes out Yujiro with a tope. Lariat. Time bomb 2. Hiromu wins, pinning the champion. Hiromu's at 4 points. Sho is at 4 points. Everybody beating the champion. This was the best night of the Best of Super Juniors so far, for sure. Wow. So great.
Absolutely. And yeah, a fun comedy match. Worked as the main event. Yeah. I think Sho's losing more than the usual champion in the Best of the Super Juniors just because of his douchebag thing. Also because I think the winner of the Best of Super Juniors might not beat him for the title. and this Snake's going to keep that belt for a little while longer.
So.
I don't know, but there's so many things you can do. So losing's not hurting him at all. Not at all.
It does have me worried about Doki. That's the only thing that has me. All these people pin and show. I'm like, oh, is Doki not going to pin show?
Well, that's another reason I don't feel like Doki's winning the best of Super Juniors now, because the winner gets the main event Dominion, and I love Doki, and I'd love to see that happen, but I don't see them doing that. I'm sorry. Yeah. I love Doki, and I love the crowd's reaction to Doki, but I don't think they're going to have Doki main event at Dominion.
I don't want Doki to main event anything ever, unless it's Takataichi Mania. You know what I mean? Or a Best of Super Juniors night, because that takes away the magical thing about Doki, is that he's the underdog, regardless of the situation. Yeah. So I think you can't take that away from him.
Man, I wish they hadn't made that. Why do they do that? God damn it.
That's why you like him, Luke.
I know, but why did they make that announcement? Because now Romu's won twice, and I'm like, I said the floodgates were going to open. Like, the floodgates, they're open.
Oh, the announcement about the Dominion.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because now I'm just like, well, it's obviously going to be two of their biggest top guys.
I mean, who knows? It could be Blake Christian versus Doki. Who knows? You know?
Yeah, I know.
It's not going to be.
All right. Well, let's go to night 6. We're at the Nagoya Congress Center event hall. Whoa.
Dude, this place is packed and stacked with Dolphins fans that also like New Japan, because we know the Dolphins Arena is closed for renovation because it's too small to hold all the fucking Doki fans and all the fucking Dolphins fans. So I was happy to be here, man.
Dude. And hey, I got me some B block, and I get to witness fucking Driller's kind of third straight murder in a row, because I'm pretty sure, like, Doki got some offense in, but Driller killed him.
He did.
Dragon Dia got some offense in. He got killed even worse. And now it's Akira on 4 points. Francesco, I'm still picking my nose as I'm talking. I'm sorry, it's itchy. Mustache, nose hairs. It's
tell us. Always tell us when you pick your nose.
Yeah, well, yeah. Anyway, it's Akira on 4 versus Driller Maloney, also on 4 points. And Driller, oh my God, he's major fuck your leg in a way you've never quite seen before. He just goes for Akira's leg, because Akira's got a sore leg, or a bum wheel, as Driller Maloney will put it. Lots of leg torture. He stomps on the leg. He's just leg offense. That's it. Doesn't even want to hit his power moves. He just wants to fucking leg torture this motherfucker. He wants to just pretty much hold Akira's leg up high and brandish it, while the rest of him is just like down here. Akira manages to hit a tornado DDT, and he sells the leg on the landing and things like that. He can't do a run to the ropes as well. Oh my God, the Driller's just been too relentless. Akira manages some sneaky pins and a little bit of offense, but Driller just kills him and puts him in a leg submission, just leg bar or something like that. Not even a fucking technical one, just enough to just use his upper body strength to just punish Akira. And then Akira has to tap. As the bell rings, Driller doesn't let the hold go. He's just like, yeah, like a fucking killer. They pull him off eventually, and then Driller just like stomps on Akira some more, and then back in the leg submission and just fucks him up. So, yeah, that was an absolute fucking slaughter fest. The Driller is on a tear at the moment.
He's on 6 points. Akira's on 4. And this match is awesome. What it is that Akira is legitimately injured. Maybe it's his knee, maybe it isn't. We don't know. Yeah. But they're keeping him off the next show out of a preview tag right? Yeah. Which is no big deal. Hopefully he'll be fine. But so we knew that going into this match, is that Akira's like trying his knee out, and it's just like he's like, it ain't working, man. And man, this is an opportunity for a heel to look like a fucking psychopath, and that's what we get. And when Drilla has that knee bar in, and he's going like that, it's like, wow, this guy is a fucking maniac, and that's what you want. So,
imagine meeting that guy in the wasteland in Fallout or something, right?
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God, run! Yeah.
Speech check. You know.
There ain't no speech checks for that guy. He's got your head off already.
That's right. Oh man, he's probably super mutant. You know, don't you
Yeah,
think?
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So he's Virgil Jr. But anyway, that is a really good match. I really enjoyed that. Even though what I like about it is that Akira's hurt. You got an opportunity to do something different here, and you do. And you make the best out of it. And that's kind
Yeah.
of what all New Japan wrestlers have in common is they're able to do that. So next, Luke, we have Fujita versus Bushi. Man, I wanted Fujita to win this so bad. He just got
I
that big
know.
win, right? He takes the wing and he hits a drop kick before the bell and it hits a huge dive, but Bushi just handles it and immediately goes full fuck your leg on the young man. They even things out a little, and Fujita gets a knee, then a huge bridging German suplex for 2. Bushi hits his neck breaker, but Fujita's up first. You're going to pay for that, son. So maybe Fujita hit that neck breaker, but I'm pretty sure it was Bushi. But anyway, short drop kick from Bushi for a double down, and then MX, and Bushi gets the win because he took the wing, it turns out. And he got the win. Bushi's on 4. Fujita is on 4. Luke, what did you think of that match? And what did you think of Dan Baloney on commentary? Because he joins Walker Texas Stewart after this match.
All right, so he joins commentary, and you just don't know when a wrestler you've never heard before, listeners, is on commentary, because you don't know if you're going to get something that is a complete disaster, and you might want to switch to Japanese, or it's just going to be absolute magic.
Real English commentary from
a real Englishman. Yeah.
I love that.
I thought Drilla Maloney was absolutely fucking phenomenal. Impressive. Here he is staying in character. He stays in character the whole time, by the way. The whole time. But he does it in the really good wrestling way of, I'm going to say, I fucking hate these guys because I'm War Dog for real. But then I'm just going to say, but dude, that's that move right there. Here's how it fucks you up. It is amazing, and you don't want to be put in it. So we just put the guy over and say this move is different. It's like that kind of stuff is what he's doing. The only time it changes, and we'll talk about that, he kicks up a notch.
At one point, he actually explains how commentary should work for him. Where he's like, well, this guy's really good, and the more I say he's good, the better I look because I beat him. It's like, that's how it fucking works, dude. Thanks for telling us. So that's great.
Yep, because he'll be putting over a bit of Doki and Dragon Dia. Well, right now, even though he's beaten both these men, so so there is that. So yeah, that's exactly what you just said. So we have B-block action. It is the 2 men I just mentioned. It is Doki on 4 points and Dragon Dia on 0. Now, you can tell me logically this is what they're doing with Doki. To you blue in the face, and it can make sense and all that, but it's still Doki, and I'm still used to him losing, and Dragon D is halfway through the tournament. The poor break has got the single victory, so I'm always worried that Doki might lose. Always.
But Doki was born into wing.
That's right, but that's the problem with Doki. He makes it look too good that the other person might win and then loses sometimes. But anyway, this match is fucking cool. We got Dragon D. He's getting in a flurry of offense, but Doki, this is early on in the match. What the fuck? Doki catches him and hits a swinging Northern Lights suplex complete with bridge. Okay. All right. Thank you, Doki. Dragon D is kind of on the outside now, and Doki tries to hit that moonsault that he does, but nah. D has got that scouted, and he hits a moonsault of his own. There's some kind of Death Valley driver move by Dragon Dia too, which is fucking awesome. That's the thing. Doki's too generous. I just want to see a stomping sometimes. Dia almost makes me shit my pants because Doki kicks out at 2.9999999. That was fucking awesome. Holy shit. And then Doki makes me happy because, hey, this carries on from the previous night where Dragon Dia's problem was he got caught by a guy who has a suplex finisher or a slam finisher. He got caught. Boom. He got hit. Well, the same thing kind of happens. He goes for some kind of high flying move on Doki. Doki just catches him. Suplex de la Luna, which is one of my favorite moves in wrestling because it's technically like a German dragon suplex thingy.
It's like a half and half German kind of, or like half. I guess a half and half can be half German, half, and Nelson, So,
and maybe that's why. Maybe that's why he pumped all that iron, because we're getting so many good suplex de la Luna T spots and stuff like that, but not the kind of T spots where, he's a loser, he'll never get it.
Right.
It's like, I've got to get out of this because I'm fucked. If he hits me with it. So no, he catches Dragon Dia, suplex de la Luna. 6-point Doki. Doki has already made it to his record score of 6. So now I'm really fucking worried.
He's tied his record, so he's got to beat his record, right? He's going to beat it by beating Show. Come on, please. Luke, the crazy near fall where Doki almost lost was that crucifix pin.
Yeah,
Dragon Dia.
Dragon Dia is amazing.
Just tremendous, man. And he maybe Yoshihashi's watching for backstage, going, "Oh no, he was in Australia." They really only sent Goto and Yoshihashi to Australia for Tamashii.
Well, they usually send Robbie Eagles because Aussie wrestler. But
well, yeah, they don't give.
He's in the best of Super Juniors.
They don't give a fuck about Tamashii, man. They don't care.
They sent a guy they've already sent, and someone who's less popular than he is.
Yeah, and Yoshihashi was with them. So anyway, my note at the end of this match, the Doki versus Dragon Dia goes, "Ow!" I don't know why. I like that. I must have liked that. So anyway, next, Luke, we have Kanemaru versus Kevin Knight, the man who uses his legs and shoes, and the man who hates shoes and legs. Kanemaru gambit, but Kevin goes flying around, bouncing all over the place, and Kanemaru waits for his moment, and then knee smash on the floor. It's fuck your leg, Kevin. Kevin fights back. He continues some of his flying, but Kanemaru continues to attack his leg. Ref bump, and Dan Maloney laughs. He thinks it's so funny. So Kanemaru hits the Suntory surprise while Kevin pops him up for the sky high. So he popped him up for the sky high right in his face. Figure 4. Kanemaru wins. Kevin Knight taps out like a bitch. Kanemaru's on 4. Kevin Knight on 6.
Yeah, I think this might have been one of my glancing thoughts of this was like, man, Kanemaru doesn't really have that much of a score. And Kevin Knight's on 6? No offense, Kevin Knight. They might even up the scores a little here. So they did. Hey.
Yeah, I mean, the more we get with all those winning streaks we had at the beginning, usually it's people lose a bunch and then they start winning, which we're seeing with Romu now. But we had a bunch of winning streaks at the beginning of the tournament here, and those are all coming to an end. So
absolutely. All right. So the next is a B-block match. It is Kushida versus Taiji Ishimori. And I think you, me, and Ian are having a chat when this match starts, and the three of us are just like, what is this? Oh my God. Because, yeah, it's mat-based filling out process, but these guys, it's just it's crazy. It's fast. It's kind of intense. It's building to something. They're going hold for hold, countering move. Then I've got that move counted as well. No, but I've got that move counted. Nah, fuck you. I've got that move counted. And then Kushida rolls him up for 3. 1, 2, 3. It's over. And I'm like, what? No. Because it was one of those instances, I remember fucking going no, like this, like a little fucking whiny bitch when Naito did the same thing to Zack Sabre Jr. because the start of this match promised to be oh my God, let's go. It's over. So they did that again. But hey, for that 3 minutes that we got of them just going all out on the mat was absolute perfection. So yeah, it's good. Kushida on 8, Ishimori 6. Very short match.
Ishimori can't believe it.
He's fucking pissed off.
He's like, What the fuck? I thought that shit was bonkers, man.
Yeah.
Like it reminded me of Kushida versus Robbie Eagles, the beginning of that match. You know, it had a very similar beginning, but had more match to it. I was happy to see Kushida get that win. Big win for him over somebody who's a vet just like he is and has done, arguably almost as much as Kushida has done in New Japan. So,
and funnily enough, I could also see Yo having done that and being like a really cheeky prick, yeah.
But I
like,
wouldn't be happy about it.
No, me neither. Whereas Kushida does it, we're like, that's
yeah,
right.
Kushida rules. And then if Yo were to do it, we'd be like, fucking off.
Well, obviously,
shit.
Yeah, obviously he had to end the match quick because he's gonna piss. Like, come on, man. And he pissed before the match started. That's how bad it was.
Can't stop pissing. Well, next, Luke, I have to talk about Teton versus Clark Connors. And I'm just talking about the Teton part. But this match is very good. Clark Connors beats up Teton. It takes him into the crowd. And Teton takes over and walks the dog back to the ring. The War Dog. So Clark goes after the mask, and Drilla goes bonkers during this match. He loves it. He thinks it's so funny, man. And we get Moy Satanico, he says. So he says that it's very satanic. But Teton comes back with some great dodges and kicks. He hits a big dive. We get sweet strike combos from both guys. Teton hits the DDT, and the crowd's behind him. They're idiots. Botch fall out of the ring lariat thing from Teton. And then a Jeep flip happens in there too somewhere, but he misses the double stop, but Teton does, but hits a big strike. Connor slips the mask off, all right, to avoid a roll-up, and that allows him to hit no chaser. Clark Connors wins. Teton is embarrassed in front of his friends and family and everyone in Japan and Mexico and America. Teton is on 6 points. Connors is on 6, and I love that. That made me so happy.
All right. Let's talk about Drilla Maloney just a little bit here, because he's been pretty good every match. Even but Ishimori, even though that's also his teammate, he puts him over. But he's
not his dog for real.
No, he keeps the same tone for all the matches. Brags about the people he's beaten, puts everyone over, but in his style. In heel style, in character, it's great. But it starts as soon as you hear Clark Connors' music. Yeah, baby! Yeah, it's my dog for real! Yeah! Fuck yeah! Yeah, baby! Yeah, baby, get him! Get him! Take him to the merch stand, baby! Everyone buy a War Dog shirt, baby! Buy War Dogs! War Dog shirt, baby!
What's the deal? So, a few times during these shows, or during the show, people go over towards where the merch area is and wrestle, and Dan Maloney's like, "Oh, buy a War Dog shirt. See those shirts? Those are great shirts."
Yeah, and every time after that match, someone goes towards that stand, and he sees it exactly right. Buy a War Dog shirt. Buy a War Dog shirt. He's like, "Yeah, beat him up, baby. Beat him
buy
up,
my
baby."
T-shirt.
Oh my god. Throw him in the wall, baby. Yeah. Hey,
that.
Last time we were in this building, we paid fines. Yeah. and then when T-Tan stops that from happening and walks him back, he's like, "Oh man, LIJ are lame. They can't afford fines."
That's fair. I mean, they can afford them, but they ain't paying them. They're making new pay. You know what I mean?
I can just imagine any member of LIJ getting a fine, and they're like, "Huh?"
Yeah,
and just ignoring it.
Whereas,
and then the judge is like, "And with good cause."
But the War Dogs pay it because they don't care.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They don't care about money. All they care about is bodies and
gold.
And gold. So body gold.
So that was fucking awesome. Not only was the match really freaking cool and well timed with that mask pull and kind of being really sneaky about it, but Drilla just. He's been good on commentary all night, but then his boy comes out, and suddenly it's just he becomes magical for that match. He's great for the rest of the night as well, but that's his boy for real.
Bro.
He puts over every wrestler on this card, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't put anyone over as much as he puts over Clark. He gets beat up the best. He recovers the best. His offense is the best, baby. Like
he even talks about Marty Asami later in the show.
it.
So we'll talk about that. Hopefully, I'll remember. But yes,
Right.
he even talks about Chumpy.
So next we have another match from the B block. It is Ninja Mac, who's on 4 points, versus Hiromu Takahashi, also on 4 points. There is a cheer off between Ninja Mac and Hiromu. And Driller's saying, like, Ninja just begs for fans, so he's a loser. And, like, he goes, Hiromu does too, but he doesn't have to do it as much. So I was like, all right, that's a nice touch. First he says Hiromu doesn't do it, but doesn't have to do it. But then he does it. But then he goes, all right, he does it too, but he doesn't have to do it as much. All right, good cover, man. Drillers. I love Driller on commentary in this. So Hiromu and Ninja Mac, they shake hands, but they're on their knees. And they decide to start the match on their knees, just doing strikes and stuff and rolling around, but always landing on their knees. Like they do a feeling out kind of process. And by the end of it, they're like, but they're on their knees.
Yeah, there's like Snapmare on the knees.
Yeah,
like it's great, man.
Like little fireman's carry, like little Snapmare, like it's all this kind of shit, and then like, it's fucking hilarious. And you know Hiromu's fucking into it as well. There's like, all right. So Hiromu goes for the sunset bomb, and I'm a little annoyed that most wrestlers are too pussy to take it, except for Doki. But what happens is pretty damn cool. There's like so Ninja Mac, he doesn't get apron bombed, sunset flip bombed onto the floor. He kind of reverses it, and he does like the ninja special while Hiromu's on the ropes, right over Hiromu, onto the floor in a perfect position to grab Hiromu, and then just fucking boom. But not on the floor. He turns him around, apron bomb. You don't want to fuck up the top star. Like, smart move. So apron bomb instead. But for some reason, even though it doesn't hurt as much as the floor, I always like apron spots.
It's pretty cool. Walker Texas Stewart says where wood and metal meet.
So it is essentially everyone a ninja special sunset flip apron bomb.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Like, who cares if you're winning or losing when you're doing matches like that in a massive tournament and there are eyes on you looking at you, Vandergriff. Come on. Have some ambition, man.
I mean, he's a little different than these guys.
Yes, I know. He also looks too much like Chase Owens, so I'm sorry, dude. There's a huge flying headbutt by Ninja Mac. Hiromu takes over, and I wrote Hiromu does Hiromu things, but we know what that is. Corner DVD, including a time bomb for 2, time bomb 1.5 for 2, not a time bomb 2 for 2. And this match ends the way it begins. Because Mac, he flips out of a move, and that Hiromu's going to put on like a time bomb or something like that. And then Ninja Mac, he lands on his knees and he's like, like before. And then Hiromu's just like, that's the start of the match, man. It's time to win. Puts him in a triangle choke for his insolence, and Ninja Mac has to tap out on his knees. So Ninja Mac on 4, Hiromu on 6. This was a spectacle. I laughed. I saw some gnarly moves. And yeah, it was great. Fucking awesome.
I think Ninja Mac should have taken that match a little more seriously. You know what I mean? I mean, he did go nuts with the apron bomb thing. That was really cool. And that was one of the spots of the tournament so far.
That's the thing about the LIJ guys. They will have a fun side, but they have that killer instinct that New Japan guys have too. So
it's true.
Yeah, we already had fun, remember? Now I'm going to beat you up. So
that's right. Fun is great and everything, but I'm going to kick you in the face. So,
I'll make you tap now.
Yeah. Next match, Luke, we have 2 of the most boring people in New Japan. It's Hayata versus TJP. But guess who's here to spice things up? It's fucking Marty Asami. Yeah. He's here to ref this match. Make sure everything's fun and exciting.
To think Kushida and Ishimori is 2 minutes. this match is like fucking the never-ending story. Oh, sorry.
These two do a great like mat wrestling to start. Hayata doesn't respect the clean break, and Marty is very upset with him. And Hayata hits a dive to a very mild reaction. Crowd not into Hayata very much either. He's in control. He hits an atomic drop, and Dan Maloney loves that. He thinks that's so funny. So TJP breaks Hayata's arm and gets back in control himself. Trace Amigos from TJP, and then he face washes himself. He goes for the face wash, but Hayata face washes TJP. Maybe that happened. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. They hit big moves back and forth, and this match is kind of boring though. So it's like, it's the two most boring guys in New Japan, maybe. Well, one's in New Japan, one's not, but these guys are very boring. So we get a Mamba Splash, but it's dodged, and Hayata gets an Irish whip into an Enziguri, a shotgun dropkick, and a moonsault for 2 from Hayata. They fight to their feet with strikes, and the crowd is responding now. Some very good wrestling in this match. It's just, I don't care. So, knees up, another manga splash. This is manga splash. It's a Mamba Splash attempt. So, Hayata gets one of his DDTs, roll up small package. TJP finally gets a win over fucking Hayata. So TJP's on 2, Hayata's on 4, and TJP is a fucking geek.
Yeah. This is one of those matches where I see a near fall, and then I'm like pissed off when the other dude kicked the fuck out. Oh my god. All right. I mean, I could say all sorts of stuff, but like, I thought that match was fucking boring, sucked. So I'm going to go straight into B block, and I want to just focus on something that made me happy straight away. And it is Show, who's on 4 points, and Robbie Eagles also.
This match rules.
On 4 points. Is Chumpy reffing another show match, so that also makes me fucking happy. Fucking Show does this thing where it's like, because Vegeta comes out for Robbie Eagles, right? So Show, he doesn't do anything to Vegeta. He just kind of like nuzzles him with his head, like this. So Vegeta shoves him down. So now everyone gets to see how much hair I'm losing. If they're watching the video, screw you, listeners. Yeah. All right. So Vegeta shoves him, and Show's just like, "Hey, get rid of this guy. He can't put his hands on me. That's bullshit." So Chumpy goes to have a word to Vegeta, and Show tries to low blow Robbie. No. It's not going to work from Robbie Eagles. He's got that scouted. He catches it, turns it around, and so then Show threatens to hit Robbie's title with a chair. He goes outside straight away. He's like, "My low blow did not work. I'm fucking outie. Oh, you like this title you brought? I'm going to break it." And Robbie's like, "Nah, man, what are you doing? Don't do that." So that gives Yujiro time to distract Marty, so Show can actually use the chair on Robbie Eagles in the gut, all this kind of stuff. Show clears fans instead beats up Robbie at the merch stand. And
buy my shirt!
Tells people to buy the new Bullet Club War Dog shirt.
It's white. It's really cool. You can draw on it. You can put poop on it if you want.
That's right. In this match in particular, Show hates ribs. Mm-hmm. So we get some Robbie rib selling pain as he's draped over the ropes, and I really liked that. Like,
listen, I have to interrupt you because something amazing happens here. Is that Dan Maloney explains another layer to the scarf measuring thing. I don't know if you caught this, all right? So he explains in detail about shoulder biology and the move called the scarf test, all right? That's like a cravat-looking thing with a different angle, and that's while Show's doing it on Robbie Eagles. So the scarf measuring joke is multi-layered. So Gino Gambino's a genius, is what that proves.
Oh, my goodness. It's like it's about as layered and as long as Doctor Who's scarf. So that's pretty fucking funny.
And a screwdriver.
Actually,
I know what that is. Oh, does it like make you go to another time when you hit the button?
Oh yeah, I'm in the future as I record this.
Hey!
Hello! All right. I don't know why I'm stalling. This match is fucking great. But yeah, Driller tells him to buy a new things. Show hates ribs. But like, all right. So yes, Robbie will sell if he gets kicked in the ribs, punched in the ribs, has a slam on him and stuff. How many wrestlers would think to be like, when they're just draped over the ribs like that, over the ropes? Like, I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool. It's the little things. Show disrespects Australia though, and Robbie's title, but I love House of Torture, so I'm allowed. Yujiro is taken out as like Robbie fires back and even hits a tope. It's fuck your leg, Robbie Eagle style. Now, Show uses Marty, though, so he can turn the tables and hit a spear into Robbie's injured ribs. There's like the cross-arm DDT, which was incorrectly called a shock arrow. He has 2 arm pile drivers, everyone. Yeah, it's a cross-arm DDT, or cross-arm pile driver, and the shock arrow. Yeah, sorry. I have to clarify that because Walker's
very important to this. Very important.
Walker.
Yeah. Really, really quick, I just want to mention that Walker is starting to tone down the wow voice. He's toning it down. Thank you, dude. Just use your normal voice.
He's pretty good on these nights too. So, like, I like him. Who's the one that says shit that makes me go, oh fuck, now I know who's winning. Oh, that's Chris. Chris does that shit. So
he's too smart, you know.
Yeah.
He's too cool for school, and I don't like it.
Yeah. If I was a commentator, I don't think I'd want to know finishes. That way I could be like, yeah, right? Would you want to know the finishes?
No. I've done commentary twice, and I never have known the finishes. In fact, I barely knew who was in the match. So.
That's fair. All right. So there's a spear into Robbie's injured ribs. We get the cross-arm DDT as what was called the other one. But Robbie, he kicks out. A shock arrow, but no, Robbie kind of flips out of it. He hits a flurry of kicks, and Robbie turns a sliced bread kind of thing into a Ron Miller. And hey, Yujiro rings the bell. All right.
Robbie won!
Yay.
It's over. Match is over. Oh, wait.
Oh, there's a Ron Miller again, but no, Show sends Robbie into Marty.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but Vegeta, he's here to make the save, and he does. Robbie hits that kick move that he's been doing lately and wins the match. I don't know why I'm getting spam calls right now and why I'm distracted by it. It's the ADHD. I apologize.
Always tell us. Always tell us.
Of course. You know, Robbie's on 6 and Show's on 4. Hey,
so
I'm interactive, baby.
If someone's listening to the audio version and you pause for a second, tell them what's going on.
Yeah.
Because then they'll know. And if you didn't tell them, they wouldn't know, and they wouldn't.
I'm assuming the people watching looked away for a second and missed that, and were like, "What? Luke's phone rang." Rewind.
How did I wonder who it was? So I was a little disappointed that you didn't use the vernacular huge, and huge fooge. I mean, this is a match that needs to happen, right? I mean, we need huge Fuge versus huge.
The only reason I didn't use that is because I'm not calling Yujiro that ever. I'm not calling him huge anything except maybe a nugget of Stanks.
I give a fuck. He even set up for the what's up at one point during this match.
They're doing mini what's ups though, like Show and Yujiro. It's not the top rope was up. It's like Yujiro is just like, I'm not even on this tour that much. Like, I'm not getting on the top rope. I'll just do the mini was up. All right.
Luke, I'm about to talk about the best match on both these nights. It's the main evento of night 6.
Yeah,
it's Blake Christian versus El Desperado. This match is
fucking phenomenal.
Incredible. So everything's pretty basic at first. They do a sudden burst of like wrestle lock reversals, and Blake uses an eye poke, taunting El Desperado after. And Christian uses a really cool fuck your arm spot that like is like half Canadian and half like top rope. I don't know how he did that, but it's incredible.
Is that like that arm breaker thing?
Well, he jumped off the top rope and hit a Canadian like kick onto you know, El Desperado's Canadian arm. So which is through the rope. So Blake taunts the crowd and always waits for a reaction. For example, here he flips off the crowd. Crowd doesn't react. He waits. He waits till they react, and then he moves on. Guy's got it. He's figured it out, man. tremendous. So he does more and more creative fuck your arm stuff. And then Blake uses chairs right in front of Red Shoes. Oh, at least it's on the outside and not in the wing. So all kinds of arm holds on the floor. And then here we have some quotes from Dan Baloney on commentary. Red Shoes uses his inside voice, not like Marty Asami. Maybe the best line of commentary of all time. That was tremendous. So, and then they're on the outside, and Dan Baloney, he says, "You should start counting, dog." And then, of course, they start counting. So Blake uses the plastic guardrails for some funny fuck your arm, and then he just decides, I'm going to set this guardrail right in front of you, and it's a running tope con hito over the barricade for no reason. There's no reason to set the barricade up in front of Desperado. He just does it because. So this is when we get the count out.
So cool.
Oh man, Blake starts selling his leg for no reason. And he has got this routine that he's doing. Is it late in the match? His hubris has gotten too big and he flips too hard and his leg's like, oh, so even he knows about fuck your leg. And he's like, well, if you're not going to do it to me, I'm going to do it to myself. So he does it to himself. It's great, man. And it sets up Desperado for a possible win here. I really loved it, man. So now we get some fuck your arm and he decides, fuck it, count out. This is when Blake starts selling his leg. Desperado comes back and dragon screws that leg, setting up the numero dos. Blake pulls out even more crazy fuck your arm stuff using the ropes in like 30 different ways. It was like 3. It was really cool. But he hits a big dive in Desperado, and they're both fucked. Really, really great count out spot here where Christian is waiting for the 450. And as soon as Desperado's back in, he goes for it, right? But armbar, and Desperado is screaming in agony. He finally gets a rope break. Blake just bites Desperado out of frustration here, which is really funny. This is all fantastic, by the way. They fight to their feet with a great strike exchange. Homie arm whip from Blake, and he runs right into a spine buster, and it looks incredible. Incredible! He's like,
this match fucking ruled, dude.
Like he's like mid-move when Desperado grabs him for the spine buster. So good. So big strikes. And then like this match is so good. So Pinche Loco and then another, and like Blake takes them weird, like they hurt more the way he's taking them, and Desperado wins. That was one of my favorite matches I've seen so far in the tournament. They both, just crushed it. Christian is on 8 points. Desperado is on 6. He's catching up.
Yeah. I thought this was absolutely fucking fantastic. When you were like, I'm going to talk about the best match ever, I was looking at you, and I was like, I got to quickly put my notes up here. What was the match again? Oh, yeah. No, you're right.
Dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a couple interactions. Like, I made a tweety pretty much describing on the Never Open tweet, just describing my general thoughts of Blake Christian. Like, I think he sucks. Like, his look, everything sucks. But I love what he's putting down. Character, like, I think it's all part of the character, and I love what he's putting down.
You're playing along, too.
Yeah.
Some people don't get that. They're like, why does he say he sucks? I don't like that. He's good. And meanwhile, you're playing along with the guy's character. So Twitter, fuck off.
And I guess people were thinking this a bit. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like he's got that look, and he's got it down on purpose. Everything about him is to make you go, I want to punch this man, and it works for me. I know he's a heel just doing that as an act, but like it's kind of like, when Farley says like, you go to Tamashi, right? And Farley's like, hey, I'll give you a chop on your chest.
I'll punch you in the face.
Yeah, for $50. I'm like, I'm not a violent man, but like, Blake Christian, how much? Let's do the front cover of a vulgar display of power with your face and my fist. I love him. I think he's absolutely fantastic. And he's pulling out some of like my favorite shit this whole tournament. Even if sometimes it's little heel shit, like interactions he has. Like, one of my favorite interactions he's had this whole tournament was even a preview tag where he's just being like, crowns up. Wearing the fucking stupid ass flag.
I mean, He's doing the little things, right? And
But
like
he's doing the big things spot on as well.
I'm
Like,
telling you, Luke, I've seen this guy in front of 14 people. I've seen him in front of 100 people, and it's always been spectacular. There is a canceled promotion that I saw him win a big tournament at, and I won't say the promotion's name, but my God, the dude just absolutely crushed it. And I've seen him in other tournaments. I've seen him, in person a few times, and every time it's been something that's either spectacular as far as like, okay, this guy can do the flippy shit, but really I was impressed with his selling and like the little things that he was able to do. And that's 6 years ago, 5 years ago. He's matured as a wrestler, and he is crushing it in the Best of Super Juniors. And this is what you want from the gaijin that you signed to come in for this tournament.
absolutely
nailing it.
Yeah, and oh, you're not booing me yet? All right, fine. I'll just do something else that's going to get under your skin. All right, they're booing me now. All right, cool. Let's continue. Yeah, it's fucking. He's just fucking great. He's a joy to watch. So, like, that's true? We're halfway through the tournament. So, yeah.
Almost.
He's been a revelation to me in a way that he hasn't been really before, because he had strong stank on him, and I don't watch Ring of Honor. So, I hadn't, yeah. Oh, my God. I love this man. I know. I'm kind of stalling now because we're kind of finished, aren't we? Do you have anything else? Oh.
No, I think just to mention that I don't even know. I haven't watched him on Ring of Honor. I don't know if he's able to do this kind of thing in Ring of Honor. One of the great things about New Japan is that the cameras don't cut. They're watching you the whole time, during the match. And there's really, there's a couple backstage comments, but other than that, the only chance you had to get over is in that ring.
Yeah.
And man, a guy like Blake Christian, that's the guy that you want to see in the ring, in the wing.
That's the thing about that Japanese wrestling, I guess. Like, it's not hugely promo based. You've got to make your character. You got to sell your character in a match. And if you can't do that, well, then your character probably sucks. And you need to fine tune it or something.
You weren't born into win.
You, Hayata.
Oh.
Yeah, I am a Hayata. I guess.
Yeah, you're a Hayater.
I want to see him do more cool shit, but he's not gonna do that because he's got this fucking heel gimmick.
Dude, you're drinking the Hayaterade.
Yeah. Oh, we got a million of these, don't we? But so yeah, 6 nights. I've loved this tournament. It's been nicely spaced out so far, so I'm not exhausted or anything like that. And damn, I kind of wish there were 30 matches to talk about. It's over already. But unless there's anything Mr. Guy would like to ask or add or do.
Always leave them wanting more, including you and I.
Jumpy uses his inside voice on the outside. That's kind of how I wanted to finish that. And I mangled it. But anyway, in Gato we trust.